good morning. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? And I'm saying good morning. It's breakfast with Bob. Breakfast with Bob. Breakfast with Bob.
Welcome back to Breakfast from Kona. That was the amazing Poncho Man. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're presented by Active, #inspired to race, and sponsored by Timex, Rudy Project, the best sunglasses on the planet, GoPro, MPA Graphics, Lava Magazine, and Babbittville Radio. Our next guest, who has won seven? It's 6 Ironman titles, 3 Xterra World Championships, been in 2 Olympic Games, 1-time ITU World Champion, Mr. Eneko Llanos. Eneko, it's so nice to have you back with us.
Thank you. Very happy to be here again.
I think it's the first time here since you've become a dad.
Yeah. We're traveling with our son John, who is 8 months old now. So yeah, it's our first long family travel.
And how has it been being a dad?
It's been fantastic. Yeah, we are very happy. I took the beginning of the season a bit easier because I wanted to spend time with my wife and my son, and it's been great. It's been fantastic. So we are tired, but obviously it's hard in the first weeks especially, but it's very
rewarding.
Yeah, it's very rewarding.
That's wonderful. So what's interesting is Dave Scott is working with you now, and Dave was always one of those guys who didn't do a lot during the season, but did a lot in October in winning this race. You've been one of those guys who raced a lot during the season, won a lot of races, and have finished second here, right? You've had 3 top 10s here in this race. So this year's a little different for you because you're coming in with less racing, correct?
Yeah, well, I raced a lot last year. I really don't think that was the problem with my performance here later in the year because coming to this race, I was training very well. I was in my best shape of the year. But this year we took a different approach. I could do it because I had the points from the last year. So my qualification by the end of the year was already...
You were pretty much there.
Pretty much there. So I didn't have to race much. I did a couple of 70.3 races. I did Challenge Roth. That was the only Ironman distance race I did this year. So yeah, maybe this is... I'm a bit fresher than years before, but and I'm feeling very well, and my training has been well. So we'll see if that's an extra point for the race on Saturday.
So you've been here a lot of times. What is it about this race that's special?
It's the World Championships. It's Kona. It's Hawaii. It's where everybody is in their best shape. This is where the sport was born, and you feel it from when you come down the plane. You feel that this is a different event, a different place. All the age groupers are so motivated. Everybody is for everybody's a dream to being here. So you see that in the faces of the people, and you see the people training, and it's something that you have to experience to know that, to feel that why this place, this race is different. I don't know. It's the Ironman in Hawaii is different thing. It's a special thing and a nice thing for everybody racing here.
So you're one of the few people who has been in the Olympics in triathlon and also raced here in Kona. Talk a little bit about your Olympic experience, going over the first ever Olympics for triathlon in 2000, and then you were also in Sydney, and you're also in Athens, and representing your country. That had to be really special for someone, for the sport just getting into the games and to be there for the first Olympics.
Yeah, especially Sydney, I think for all the triathletes racing there was a very special moment. Since the moment we knew that triathlon was coming into the Olympic program, that was our main goal, to be there in Sydney and to make the Olympic team, the Spanish Olympic team. And Yeah, I remember walking down to the start to the pontoon, and
Yes.
it was the announcer saying my name. It was a very emotional moment to be part of the Olympic movement
Yeah.
and to be right there for first time for a triathlon. Yeah, it was really, really emotional and special.
So when I look at your career, in 2003 you won the ITU Long Distance Worlds, the Olympic Distance Spanish Championship, and Xterra World Championship. That was a great year for you. When did you feel, I mean, after the Olympics and everything, when did you feel that you could be great at this sport? Because you're one of the, your career with the variety of things you've done, you now have a legendary career. When you start becoming 37 years old, people start looking at what you've done,
Yeah.
right? I know you don't like that
Yeah,
because you're not done.
No, I know.
You're not done, but you look at Xterra Worlds, you look at everything you've done. When did you start feeling like, gosh, I've had a really, really good career?
Well, I don't know. I just try to enjoy the sport and to enjoy racing. That's why I did. I tried Xterra. That's
Yes.
why I tried Ironman. And for me, it's about enjoying all the process and the
Right.
racing and the training. So yeah, maybe I could focus more in one distance, but I don't know. It's what I felt. I felt while doing different things, and I done winter triathlon many times. So I like the variety, and I like to try different things, and it was well for me because I think that I had a long career, and
Yes.
I'm still wanting to train and race. So I think variety is important, and to have fun with what we do is the most important thing.
Now, so what I love is you're a guy who, your first 3 times at Ironman events didn't finish, right? 2005 didn't finish. Then you go out and take second in Ironman Western Australia. So when you come back after not finishing a race, did you think, well, maybe I should go back to short course? Or did you say, well, I'll give it another try? And I'll give it another try.
I really got to a point where I start thinking that maybe
Maybe this
the
was a
Ironman
mistake.
is not for me. Then maybe I should change and go back to Olympic distance again. But yeah, for me, some people comes into their first Ironman
First time
races
to do
and
well.
they do well. But
Yeah.
for me, it was like a learning process
Yeah.
with the training, especially with nutrition on race day.
Yes.
And it took me a bit long to get that experience and to know how to train, how to eat during races. But finally, I think I did it well, and even if
you
it
figured it out.
took me long, I finally got there.
So that in 05, 3 tries without a finish. Then you get second Ironman Australia. And then 2006, I love the fact, again, you had 2 events that didn't do well at DNF, but then you took third behind your brother at Ironman Austria. So did you guys train a lot together, Hector?
Well, we Hector was he started doing triathlon 2 years before me. So if it wasn't for him, I wasn't going to be a triathlete.
Right.
So he's always been a model for me.
Yes.
And he took care of me in the beginning and showing me how to train. And well, he was a bit more experienced than me. So in the beginning we were all the time together and we trained a lot together. Right now he's still training just for fun to stay in shape, and well, we have different schedules, and it's difficult to train together because he does it just for fun. But yeah, we done many training together, and yeah, it's been great, and he's still enjoying the sport in a different way, but he's still racing local races and training, coaching people, and doing bike fits. So yeah, he's still very involved with the triathlon.
So when you took 5th here in 2006, that I think was when people really sat up and took notice, right? Well, when you start finishing top 5 in the World Championship, even though you've won other races, that's when people go, okay, when you get top 5, you can win. Did you start thinking that yourself? Like, hey, if I can be top 5, why can't I win here?
Yeah, well, first time here, I got fifth place, and yeah, it was like the confirmation that well, maybe yes, maybe the Ironman distance is okay
It's
for
okay.
me. maybe
I'm not going back to Olympic
maybe
anytime soon.
I'm not that bad. And then I came back next year in 2007. Didn't have a very.
Well, you're still seventh.
I was 7. It was a good race, but yeah, after the 5th
Yeah.
place in my first attempt, yeah, you think,
wanna
well,
get better.
maybe next is the podium. I
Right.
want to do better, but yeah, I beat back. I took 7, but then next year I took 2nd, and I remember leading the race during the marathon, and that's when I thought, well, I don't know if I can win this race, but I know I can be competitive and I can be fighting for the win. So yes, those first races were the key to know that I could do it well here.
And then the following year, second at Wildflower, second at Frankfurt, second to Craig Alexander. So that really validates that you can win here when you take second.
Yeah, it was not close because Craig that day was amazing. He did a very good race, and yeah, but when you're on the podium, you know that you've been very close, and this race is sometimes you need a perfect day. I didn't have the perfect day. I had a very good day in 2008. I didn't have the perfect day, and you need a very
Perfect day to win.
almost perfect day to win here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought, well, I have still many work to do, but I think that I have a chance.
So when you look at your, like we said, this year you've done less racing, so you're probably fresher, and that, Dave Scott, I'm sure likes that. Most athletes race less. What has Dave helped you with, or how has he been as a coach for you?
Well, he's very experienced with coaching, with racing by
Especially
himself,
here.
and
Yeah.
especially here. So, the training has been a bit different from what I was doing before. It's a different kind of training, more intensity, more race-based training. I think that's something I needed. And then last year I did some mistakes during the race with nutrition. And we didn't work much on that issue before coming to Kona because we thought that what I was doing was more or less okay, that we worked in the past. But when we analyzed the race after last year's race, we knew that we had. He told me that we had to do some changes in nutrition during race day, and this year is something I'm working on, and I'm doing some changes, and I think that's the reason why I didn't race well last year, and hopefully this year is going to be better.
So last year was we finished 11th.
11th.
Yeah, 11th place. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, obviously you want to do better.
Yeah.
Can you win this year?
I don't know. There's a lot of people who with
It's a deep
serious
field.
chances
Yeah.
to win. It's a deep field, so I know that I can do a good race, and
Right. And then it's just how
that's
it
all
plays
I
out.
think about, doing a good race, and especially being happy with my performance. I know that everybody says the same before a race, but I think it's important to not to focus before the race in winning or getting a second or third.
Right.
I like to focus in the moment, and I do the best I can in the moment, and then we'll see. But obviously, if I have a chance, I will go for it. And
Exactly.
everybody, well, if you are in the race, you are racing, and you want to get that first place, but it's a race for everybody, and there are many good athletes here, and that I respect a lot, and we'll see on Saturday what happens. But I think that I've done the training very well and in a good shape. So yeah, everybody has a chance.
When you look at this race, and you've done it, since 05, right, or 06, how has the race itself changed? Is it a lot faster than it was before? Is it more tactical?
This is both. It's much faster, and it's also much tactical. And I think that the level in the stream is higher, so it's always a big pack at the end of the stream.
Right.
Bigger, but
Everybody's swimming 51. There's a lot of 51 swimmers.
6 or 7 years before.
Yeah.
And the field is deeper, so yeah, if you make a mistake, you are out of the top 10.
Yeah.
Maybe 5-6 years ago you could still be in the race and
Yes.
and keep working and get in the top 10, but right now it's really difficult. If you did do a little mistake, you lost time, and the field is so deep that everybody overpasses you. So yeah, it's the level of the competition is
what
higher,
makes this race so
you have
special.
to be very focused,
Yeah.
and it's faster. Not only the swim, also the bike times are
Right.
faster, and the running times. So what can I say? It's a tough race, and it's very competitive.
It's funny because we always talk about the heat and wind. To me, what makes this race so tough, like you said, is the competition. Because you've got, when you look down the list, there's 10, 12 guys that would not be surprised if they were the winners.
Yeah.
Right? And most of the races you go to, there's 2 or 3 guys. To me, that's the toughest part, because if you're in the wrong cycling group and they get away, or somebody else gets through.
You don't have time to relax. So
Yes.
as you say, the conditions are tough, but there are other races that have tough conditions or tough courses. But here you add to the conditions, you add the competition, the hard competition. So you have to. It's a very intense race from the beginning. You have to be very focused. And that's what I think that's what makes this race so hard.
All right, Eneko, thanks so much for taking time. Congratulations on John. That's very, very cool to be a dad. And so this will be John's first time at Ironman.
Yeah.
He'll be sleeping.
First time in Hawaii.
He'll be sleeping and eating and pooping while Daddy's racing.
We'll take picture for him.
Yeah, exactly.
When he grows up, to let him know that he was in Hawaii when he was 8 months old.
Exactly. I have a feeling he's got a few more trips to Hawaii in his future.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. Eneko Llanos has been our guest. Again, this is Breakfast from Kona. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're presented by Active #Inspired to Race. Our sponsors, Timex. Every one of our athletes gets a Timex watch today. Rudy Project, the greatest sunglasses on earth. GoPro, MPA Graphics, the official graphics producer for USA Triathlon, Lava Magazine, and Babbittville Radio. Poncho Man, take us out.
Good morning. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? And I said, good morning. It's breakfast with Bob. Breakfast with Bob. Breakfast with Bob.
Poncho Man. Thank
Hello,
you.
everybody.